Welcome to Mitchell Elementary School's ELF. We are into the 4th unit for this year, Insect Life Cycles. Hello! We are going to talk about insect life cycles, and if you remember last unit we talked about insects and twigs in winter. This is going to go much more in depth about insects, and so we're going to talk about their life cycle and kind of their anatomy and physiology. So we always have our little outline, and it's on our bin. It's got all kinds of information and opening questions. It tells us our focus for this unit. It also gives you suggested use of our 2-hour ELF window, which would be a 15-minute kind of prep for the volunteers, a 15-minute setup. During those first two 15-minute segments, the kids should be out in the hallway or out of the classroom so that you can get all set up and organized. Then you do about a 15-minute introduction, which I'll go through in detail here. Then you're going to break into centers. There's going to be 4 centers, about 15 minutes each. And then we'll have a 15-minute conclusion and 15-minute cleanup. I would like to again stress the cleanup. Please clean up and get everything back in the envelopes that they were in and back in the bins that they were in. We seem to have a problem every unit of ELF. Every time we go to clean up the materials, we really can't find some, and they're all willy-nilly all over the place. So please, please, please do us a favor and get those back into the centers. Okay, so our introduction, we have opening questions, as I said. I'm going to go through the conclusion as well in this video, but the insect life cycles is really about the insect parts, exoskeleton, 3 body parts, 6 legs, 2 antennae, and wings. So we have a little song you can sing to the tune of head, shoulders, knees, and toes. There's 2 little word cheat sheets here. Head, thorax, abdomen, and 6 legs. Head, thorax, abdomen, and 6 legs. Eyes, antenna, and sometimes wings. Head, thorax, abdomen, and 6 legs. So you can go through that with the kids. That helps them remember, and of course you can point. Head, well, thorax, abdomen, etc., etc. So that's a great fun way to kind of get them in the mood, or maybe that would be great after the puppet show. Our puppet show is kind of elaborate. We got grasshopper egg, grasshopper nymph, grasshopper adult, butterfly egg, butterfly, caterpillar, butterfly, adult, and insect fairy. So this puppet show talks about the metamorphosis of a grasshopper and a metamorphosis of a butterfly. And so you're going to kind of distinguish between incomplete and complete metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a process of the body changing form. So here's our puppet show. Here's all the puppets. They will be in the envelope. Please put them back in the envelope. And then we have the script. Again, that's going to be talking about metamorphosis and primarily. We have a timer in the bin if you guys need to use that for keeping on time. Remember, who is ever doing the outside center to keep track of the time really well. Some other additional stuff in here that you could use for the introduction or the conclusion are some laminated sheets talking about the different parts of insects, and asks a couple questions. So one of the main points we're going to try to get across in this unit too is the difference between insects and spiders or other arachnids. So arthropods are insects, arachnids are spiders and crabs and scorpions and things like that. So these papers give you all kinds of information on that. You might want to pre-read that before the introduction, and then you can ask kids some questions again at the introduction or conclusion. For the conclusion, we have a whole list of things on this outline, but I might redo this by the time you see ELF because we're missing a few of these things. But the things we do have, we have this monarch movie, and that's about butterfly metamorphosis. This is great because it ties in with migration, and so that's one of the ways that insects survive winter. In our introduction questions, we do have questions on how insects survive winter, and if you remember last unit, a lot of insects go through their metamorphosis in the winter, through the galls and things like that that we learned last session, so you can remind the kids of that. All these extra things will be in this envelope. And the last thing we have is the insect bug race. And it comes with instructions, and it's got little magnets in here for the bugs, and then trivia cards. So you'll draw this this starting race track on the classroom board, and then the bugs can race by how the students answer the questions. So it's kind of a true-false kind of thing. The 3 main parts of an insect are the body, antenna, and the legs. And so you'll ask all the questions, and then the kids can race their bugs along. This would be a great thing for you to do while they're having their snack. We will have snack ideas on the Mitchell ELF website, and any other suggestions and comments. We have the puppet show on there, we'll have the outline, and we have the background information. So that's at mitchellpta.org. If you go down to programs and events, you'll find ELF, and if you scroll down through the ELF page, you'll find our current unit for this. I'm going to conclude this and keep you guys moving and let you read the outline. If you have any questions or comments, and especially if you run out of materials, please email us at mitchellelf@gmail.com.